Hey guys, Tinker Tailor here today, bringing you back another Pokemon build series video. So today we are working on Spearow, who is, I just had the tab pulled up and for some reason I closed it, a normal flying type bird Pokemon. It's a bird. I don't know what else to say. It kind of looks like a mix between a chicken and an eagle, I guess. Um, And yeah, when I saw this, I thought this looked like some sort of racing bird. I don't know if people race birds, but if that's a thing, that's what I was thinking of. And because I was like, how do you do a build that's like a racing bird? I decided to flip the script a little bit and do a horse race track. I nearly said racing chicken, but that's not what I meant. Yeah, that's sort of what we end up with. And I don't know, I had a lot of fun with it. It was very interesting to work with these curved pieces, and by interesting I mean slightly cursed. But in the end I kind of make it work. There was something I was trying to do with the roof piece at some point, and I could not for the life of me figure it out, but then Gia taught me how to fix it afterwards. So yeah, I just chose not to put a roof on that section, but if you are wanting to know how to put roof pieces on in parts where they're like lower or higher than they're supposed to be, definitely go check out Gia Sims for Life over on Twitch. She has a VOD currently up that shows you all about how to do, she has two VODs up at the moment about how to do roofing. And they're amazing, they're brilliant. I could not have done half the builds that I've done, like half the roofing that I've done without her, because seriously, she taught me how to do so much. And yeah, very, very grateful for her to have taught me that because, well, I mean, she was teaching everyone, not just me, but yeah, I was grateful for being taught what she did because honestly, it was amazing. It was fantastic to see how these builds and how these roofing pieces are done. She's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, if you're looking for roof pieces and how-tos and stuff like that, definitely go check that out. Because if I had seen that earlier, I would not have been struggling with the idea I had of, yeah, putting a roof above where it's supposed to go. And yeah, I don't know, it was just really, really amazing what she's teaching. And I can't confirm this, but I'm hoping and thinking she might be doing landscaping next month. So if you're like me and you have troubles with it and you complain about it every single time, definitely check it out. Yeah, definitely check Gia out because she has some amazing, amazing um tips and tricks. So yeah, definitely check her out. But yeah, with this build, I kind of wanted it to be mostly out in the open. I didn't really want any hidden away buildings or anything like that. And a lot of it, I don't want to say a lot of it is furnishing, but some of it, yes, definitely is furnishing and dealing with that. So yeah, I don't know. It was good, but also difficult because I do not like horse racing at all. I don't like, to be fair, I don't like any type of animal racing. I know that people are trying to get better with animal racing and there's more strict rules and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I am still very uncomfortable with it, I guess. I think I would much prefer to watch um people in a dinosaur suits race. I think that's hilarious and that should just be a national sport at least somewhere. Um because I definitely watch that because people can talk and say things, and you know, if they're not being treated right, they can say something. If they don't want to do it anymore, they can say something. So you know, I mean, we watch people at the Olympics race, so why not people in dinosaur suits? I think it's a good. It still technically looks like an animal, but it's also absolutely hilarious. So yeah, I would love to watch stuff like that. I've also seen people doing like untrained dog racing where there's a pair of people who are with a dog and one person's like waiting with them at the starting line, one person's at the finish line, and they basically just call the dog and hope that the dog runs straight to them. that I don't mind watching because it's literally just people cheering on dogs and the dogs going mental because they're being cheered on, and there's so much to run around and have fun with. I think that one's okay. I've not seen anything to say it's not okay. Um, and I've known people who have been around or involved with um maybe not necessarily just animal sport, but animal rearing and um activities and stuff like yes, sport, but also not sport. Um, and there are some things that I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's getting a bit better and whatnot. I guess it could be okay, but I'm still, yeah, very unsure about it. So yeah, if you are someone who really enjoys any of these things that I'm saying I'm not enjoying, don't feel like I'm getting mad or upset at you or anything like that. I don't like the idea of animals doing something they don't necessarily want to or have to. So yeah, if you know of facts that will help me feel better about certain animal sports, I'd definitely love to hear it because I do like to know that animals are being taken care of. Um, and yeah, I don't know. It's just sometimes I don't wanna see or hear about bad things like that happening. So I definitely would love to learn more about the good things that are happening in relation to these things. I know that there are like stricter rules and regulations on what you can and can't do with certain animals. So, yeah, anyway, that's it's a long rambly rant for me basically to say I built something, but I would never watch it personally. I don't know. I can understand why people enjoy certain parts of the sport. I can understand why people people love watching all sorts of sports out there. There's a sport out there that's dodgeball, but with clowns, I think it is, where people are juggling, and you've got to try and if you knock out the juggler from the other team, you automatically win. But it's the same rest of the rules as dodgeball. So I understand there are people out there who watch and play a drastic amount of sports. Like there's no one size fits all for sport. So it's I don't know. I find it very difficult to enjoy sports with animals in it. But again, yeah, everybody each to their own. As long as animals aren't being hurt, I guess there's no issue. But yeah, people sport. I'm much more. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm actually all that interested, but I'm much more interested in people-based sports. I think. I think sometimes watching certain sports is a very good representation of how humanity, like looking at what people are capable of, and I find it very fascinating. Yeah, just to see what people are capable of. Um, especially with yeah, kind of weird and wacky sports. Not necessarily weird and wacky. Like, okay, running I can understand. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna quickly jump off my little rant here. The reason why this roof thing isn't working is because I had that I put it on a piece of flooring, lowered it to the height I wanted, but the roof was still on that flooring, and if it's still on the flooring, it's not going to line up properly. So if you want it to work, you need to move the roof off that flooring or off the roof piece or whatever, off the ceiling, delete it, and then move it to where you want it to be, and it will work. I just missed one little step. And that is how you put roofs either above or below where you want them to go, and it works. It really does. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. I'm so glad that Gia was able to show me how it actually works. But yeah, anyway, sport. What was I saying? Yeah, when I was in school, I did somewhat decently in javelin, which is such a weird sport for me to do decently in. I don't understand why I did decently at it. But yeah, I don't know. It was fun, and I can see why people would be good at a sport such as javelin, because looking at all throughout history, from I say cave people, I guess, like throwing spears and whatnot, to um yeah, just like throughout history and wars when people did only have spears and stuff like that, and even yeah, even with like people who did do archery and you know when there were swords and stuff like that, some people still did have spears. That was their preferred choice of weapon, and I kind of understand that, and I think it's cool. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely think it's cool. But also looking at like I don't know, like shot put and discus, these are some interesting sports that I'm not quite sure how they line up to um people and history and how they came about. Um, and is it the hammer, throwing the hammer? I think that's another one that's insane. It's such an insane sport. I don't know. I don't get it. Not in a bad way of like I don't understand the sport, it shouldn't exist, but I don't understand how it came about, and that's definitely something I think I should look into because I think it's curious. It's curious to see like again. I'm someone who loves history. I love to learn about the existence of things and how they came about and all that sort of stuff. So for me, I'm saying I don't know how it came about, and I would love to know. I think it would be really fascinating to look into that. So yeah, if you know anything about any fun sport, I mean, fun is subjective, but if you know anything about a sport that you could definitely let me know some fun facts about, I would love to hear them. I love me a good fun fact. Um, so yeah, definitely let me know down below. Um, and yeah, that's really it on the ramble and the rant for today's video. We are just finishing up with some last minute landscaping, which I'm not too mad about. I generally feel very confused and conflicted with my landscaping, but this time, I don't know. It's not that terrible. I think it's whenever I use the specific world I'm in, all of the stuff from that world, I'm like, yeah, you know what, this actually looks pretty decent. But other times, yeah, I'm very confused, very conflicted. I don't know. I'm pretty okay with this one. I tried to make it look as realistic as possible. So yeah, if you're into the horses and things like that, definitely let me know down below if you have anything that you think is accurate or unaccurate, disaccurate, not accurate. That's probably the word I'm looking for. Yeah, with like how this is set up, it is a fairly small one and probably only races little horses instead of big horses, not ponies, but small horses, just because it is a smaller track. I do know there is a difference between horses and ponies. Not entirely sure what it is, but I believe it's something to do with the height. I could be wrong. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this rambling or this build, definitely make sure to subscribe. I come out with a video every day this year except for 2 days in February. And yeah, I really hope you guys have enjoyed it, and uh, I will see you guys in the next one, which I will be recording in, I don't know, 10 minutes. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.